Theo, do you make videos on dating advice? No. No, but I did do a video. You can look it up on my YouTube channel. I need to make playlists. I need to go through all my videos, comb through all my videos, and categorize all my videos into playlists. That's going to take a week to do, but I mean, it'll be a monumental project, but I think I should do it. I did do a video on dating apps. I was on several dating apps for about 4 years, which is pretty terrible. I know. Dating apps are straight up, they're like a drug, but not a drug in the good sense, like alcohol. Alcohol's great. Makes you feel fluid, happy, relaxed. I mean, alcohol's amazing, right? When you don't abuse it. In moderation, alcohol is a very good friend. But dating apps are a drug in the sense of, like, gambling is a drug, right? Gambling is an addiction that people have, and gambling is not a good addiction. Gambling doesn't make you relax. Gambling doesn't make you calm down. Gambling doesn't make your mind nice and just chill and laid back. Gambling makes you on edge, right? Because you're losing money. Dating apps are kind of like that, but you're not really losing a lot of money with dating apps because they're pretty cheap. I would say that with dating apps, it's like you're losing hope. You know what I mean, in yourself, because most of the guys, I was ahead of myself there. Most of the people on dating apps are guys. So there's a minority of women, and then there's a majority male population in these dating apps. So you have a majority male population competing for a very small number of women, and it's just awful. And they're gonna pick dudes who meet a certain criteria that more than likely you don't fit. And I certainly didn't really fit it. I didn't get a whole lot of dates on dating apps. I did have a number of dates with women, and it was just whatever, you know. Nothing happened. It's bullshit. Dating apps suck for guys. Yeah, exactly. They do, and I had to get off of them. So I did get off of them, and I ever since then I've been feeling a hell of a lot better. I will say, if you wanna get my views on that, go look up on my YouTube channel, dating apps, and you'll see. Crazy thing about that video is I uploaded it literally the day before the October the 7th massacre. So I put the video up, and the next day it's like, oh my god, terrorists have overran Israel. Here I am talking about, like, Tinder. Oh man, terrible timing. Absolutely terrible timing. They're trash. Yeah, absolutely. As a female, problem solved. Identify as a female. Yeah, that's a terrible idea. I heard that the comedian Norm Macdonald had a gambling addiction, and that he was addicted to was the hope it gave him every time he gambled. That's crazy. That's a very, very destructive addiction to have. It's basically it's like that actor. Remember that guy who played in Friends? What was his name? Perry. His last name was Perry. Michael Perry, I think his name was. He played in Friends, which was like the biggest show ever at one point in time. And this guy was miserable. I read a little bit about him yesterday. I mean, he was just always taking drugs, always whatever, just just always constantly taking drugs, like pharmaceutical drugs and things like that. And he was miserable. He was literally spending millions of dollars on drugs. Yeah, just drugs all the time. And he was taking ketamine. He eventually overdosed and died from ketamine. Thankfully, I never downloaded a dating app. I was blessed to get a girlfriend in my last year of college. Oh, good for you. In the UK, the best date alive app is to go to the pub. Yeah, that's a great idea. Problem is, in America, we don't really have a pub culture here. There's not even a bar culture in America. Bars are like where you go to sin. I mean, I've talked about this before. But bars in America are designed, it's almost like they're designed to make you feel guilty when you walk in them. You walk in there, you're like, I'm just here to, I'm with the lepers. This is the whole of the sinners sort of thing. There's no culture of going to bars in America. I mean, people go to bars. There's plenty of them, but it's Bars are associated with sin. This is bottom line. They're not associated with just having a relaxed time. They're associated with sinning, fighting, yeah, whatever. Dating apps are especially bad in smaller towns or rural areas. Yeah, that makes sense. Imagine living in a small ass island country. I mean, good luck, right? Theo, if dating apps aren't the way, how do we meet girls? I have no idea, to be honest with you. No clue. You're asking the wrong guy. Do you see me married? You need to ask a married person. You need to go find yourself a married person. I'm sure I know there's married people here. Maybe you guys can give Blake some advice, but I am the wrong guy to be asking because I don't even have a girlfriend. I mean, marriage in the modern day world, there's certain steps that lead up to marriage in the modern day world. So there's the approach, and even there's a whole bunch of intricacies. I mean, you have to kind of get a feeling that the woman likes you, and then there's the approach, and then there's the talking phase. Then you ask her out. There's the, give me your number phase, and then there's the calling phase, the texting phase, really. And then there's the going out phase. You meet up a few times, whatever, and then you just get a feel for each other, and then you continue on, and then then you're in the dating phase, and then you transition into the relationship phase, and then from the relationship phase you transition into the do you want to get married phase, and then you're in the marriage, and then if she says yes, then there you go to the marriage phase. I'm not even in the first step. That's the thing. I'm not even in the first step, so I'm the wrong guy to ask. Not even on first base. Nothing. The sex phase and the breakup phase. Yup, exactly. Just wait for robots. Yeah, just wait for the robots, dude. Just wait for the AI chicks. You'll be fine. If you can't get a real one, just get a robot. You'll be good. You can't tell the difference anyway. Do you agree that the problems in the Middle East have because of religion? Yes, Islam plays a very big role, obviously. The whole jihad thing. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbaring all day, every day. Takbiring all day, every day. Quraning all day. It's a mixture of different things. You have the jihadist element, which is the root of it, and then you have the external powers that manipulate the jihadist element, and they say, hey, we're going to help you out. We'll give you guns. We want you to do this for us, blah, blah, blah. And then they say, oh, look, terrorists, they're doing a revolution. Oh, my God, instability. What's going on here? And then the external powers act all innocent. They act as if they had nothing to do with it. And then the civilian population are the ones who suffer. Just look at Syria. Theo, go to the Southeast Asia and get a trad. I'm not really interested in doing that whole thing. I'm not. I know there's a whole phenomena of passport bros. People who go around, they come from wealthy countries and they go to poor countries, and they're not wealthy themselves, but in the poor country, they are considered wealthy just from the sheer vast differences when it comes to financial standards and socioeconomic status. And they go to like Southeast Asia, like you said, or they go to Africa or Brazil or wherever, or they go to a poor European country like, I don't know, Macedonia, and then they get themselves chicks because they have money, and because they come from a first world country, they have a unique status and presence in that very country. So there's a whole lot of things going on there, and it's just, I'm not really interested in that. I'm not interested in some Asian, like, what am I gonna do, right? I'm gonna go to where? I'm gonna go to Thailand, and it just doesn't sound very comfortable for me. It doesn't sound natural. It sounds like it's all just contrived. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go to Thailand, and then what? Some woman's gonna be like, you have a big car, you have a big wallet, you got a lot of money, lots and lots of money. Yeah, you have a lot of money. Come to America. Take me to America. Yeah, I mean, it just sounds incredibly annoying, awkward, unnatural, contrived force, and cringe. Not very interested in that sort of thing. Just not. He had a lot of money. He had a lot of money. Or you go to Korea. American. Go to Korea. You come to Korea. You come to Korea. Yeah, you come to Korea. Oh, yeah. You're here to teach English. Yeah. Yeah. All these Americans and Canadians going to Korea to go teach English, and none of them speak Korean. I mean, how the hell does that work? How do you teach someone a language when you don't speak even the native language of the person that you're teaching English to? I don't know how that works. Like, they must already speak English. So what exactly are you teaching them? Yeah, I mean, I've taken Spanish lessons, and the teacher knew how to speak English and knew how to speak Spanish. Obviously, how does the person teach you a language that you don't know without speaking to you in the language that you do know? I mean, I just don't know how any of that stuff works. And then what? She comes back to America. You don't know if she even freaking loves you. She could leave you as soon as she gets that green card. She could go back to South Korea. I got green card. I have green card. I go back to America. I mean, she could go off with another guy who she's actually attracted to. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. Go to Thailand. Why? Again, this is, yeah, whatever. It's just weird. You know, here's the thing is you go to Asia, right? And you have these Asian women, and you go there, right? And they're like, oh, you America, you have big wallet, lot of money. You really horny, but you have big wallet, right? A lot of money. She's only into you because you have an American citizenship. Yes, American citizenship, yes. But when you meet Asian women who are born in America, and they're Americans. I mean, they are Americans. They still speak their parents' language, but, I mean, they act like Americans. Those women act just like the average American woman. She don't even like you. So people think, oh, get an Asian chick. She likes you because of your status. So it's just the whole thing just sounds fake. I don't like it. It sounds stupid. Plus, let's be real here. The whole thing about being an American isn't the whole thing about being an American sort of dying off? Isn't it just dying? Like the whole status of being an American, isn't that dissipating? I think it's dissipating. I think the whole thing is dissipating. I don't think Americans have the same status like they did back 20 years ago. I think that's been dying in the past decade or so. Seriously, I mean, because I've been to different countries, and they don't give a shit if you're American. I went to Spain. Spain's a poor country, especially in comparison to the U.S., and no one gave a shit that I was American. People think, oh, you're American. No one cared. Nobody cared. Well, the only people who care that you're an American are freaking poor-ass people who are desperate. Those are the only people who care. Talk to people who have money in those countries. They're going to treat you like other dudes because they have money. Oh, you have money? You have an American? Who gives a shit? Oh, you have an American citizenship. I don't give a damn. I'm a wealthy person in a third world country. I got more power than the average person in this country. I got more power than you have in your own country. So why should I give a damn about you or you being an American? Nobody cares. That only matters if you're in a poor, shitty ass area where everyone is freaking desperate and people are backstabbing each other just to get some extra money. Yeah, you get exactly. You got no status for being an American. In fact, you get slandered. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You think you're a dumbass. You go to different countries as an American. They're like, oh, this guy's a moron. Especially when you go to European countries. This guy's an idiot. He's a dumb American. Dumb, loud American. He's fat. Look how much food he's eating. And do you know what I do when I go to different countries? I say, where's the McDonald's? Take me to the McDonald's, asshole. I'm an American. You take me to the U.S. Embassy, which is Big Mac Town. I ain't playing around. I mean, I show my Americanness when I go to different countries. And that's the thing. When Americans go to different countries, their Americanness shines even more. And then once they get a little bit of disrespect for being an American, they become even more American. They act even more American. Where's the McDonald's? Where's the ranch dressing? Where's the... Well, everyone has ketchup. You know, where's the... I don't know. Where's the Twinkies? Where's the Burger King? Where's the Taco Bell? In my country, being an American isn't as popular as it used to be. Exactly. Yeah, I think you're in Indonesia. Even the poor would choose some Chinese dude. Yeah, absolutely. The whole thing about being an American has lost its luster. No one gives a damn if you're an American. Nobody cares. The only people who care, like I said, are poor ass people who are desperate. And those people would go with anyone who's got money. Even if you're, like you said, Chinese, you could be from Hong Kong, Japan. But you go to an area where people have money, you go to hang out with, so you go to Thailand, you're hanging out with wealthy Thai people. And what are wealthy Thai people going to do? They're going to go to the nightclubs, they're going to go to the American restaurants in Thailand, they're going to go to the expensive restaurants. They have their own cliques, they date amongst each other, they marry amongst each other, they look better than a lot of other people. They're going to be in better shape. I mean, the whole thing. And what do they get? They don't care if you're an American. Oh, because you're an American? Like, homie, I'm in Thailand and I got money. Why the hell would I want to go to America where I'm going to go and get treated like a foreigner? A girl I dated once suggested to me that she studied English and said that I would do great. I was like, nah. Please give me dollar, sir. Exactly. It's so true. If you go to India and you hung out with Bollywood actors and actresses, you think they're going to care? You think they're going to care if you're in America? They don't care. They're wealthier than most people in India. They're the top 0.03% of the population. They don't give a damn. But if you go to some poor-ass Shudra area in India where you got a bunch of people who are in the lowest of the low in the caste hierarchy system, oh, they're going to care if you're in America. Oh, money, 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 money. Marry me, marry me, marry me. It's not love. It's not attraction. It's nothing. It's just cash. It's all it is. If that girl was wealthy, she wouldn't give a damn if you're American. So why the hell what all this passport bro stuff to me? It's just the whole thing looks like a bunch of craziness to me. I don't like it. Whole thing looks contrived, however you say it, forced manipulation. I don't like it. I went to Italy. Do you know how many people gave a damn that I was an American? Zero. No one cared. I hung out in a monastery with a bunch of horny nuns, and the only reason why they had an interest in me is because I was a guy. That's how horny and desperate they were. Other than that, nobody cared. Nobody cared. You're better off going with an American woman who speaks your language, who is in the same area as you, so it's really easy to hang out, and is not a gold digger. And the thing about this, American women, they have problems. They have their own problems, don't get me wrong. But America doesn't have, one thing I've noticed about America is that it doesn't have this culture of gold digging. Are there American gold diggers? Sure. Exceptions, and there's always exceptions. But when you go to Korea, when you go, and I'm not going to say South Korea. When you go to Korea, when you go to Eastern Europe, when you go to the Middle East, South America, there are huge cultures of gold digging. Where's the money? Where's the dowry? I want the $35,000 wedding. I want all the expensive shit, the whole thing. American women, yes, they have their issues, but gold digging is not something that is really going to be one of them. For the most part, you're going to find exceptions. Why am I sweating all of a sudden? How does this happen? They're not the best for marriage, but you don't have to worry about gold digging, is what I'm saying. A lot of American women are not gold diggers. They're not. Horny nuns. Oh yeah. Yeah. As soon as they saw me, they're like, "Let me touch your hair." They were just. There was no American status factor. It was just, oh, he's a guy. It was like being the only girl on a Discord server. It was like being the only girl in a video game, online video game community. Everyone's just a bunch of Johns playing, I don't know, what is it, World of Warcraft. One woman walks in. They hear a woman's voice. They don't even know how old the woman is. They don't even know if she's obese or whatever. They're just like, a woman. Oh, the sound of a woman's voice. They're all in prison. Bollywood actors, LMAO. Those people are not only extremely wealthy, but are also treated like gods. Yes! Oh, yeah! Why would they go to America for? To what? Be treated like terrorists? What Middle Eastern country are you from? I am from New Delhi, sir. Do you know who I am? I don't know who the hell you are, and I don't give a damn, but all I know is that you look like a terrorist to me. So what's your purpose being in this country? Yeah. Oh my God! You see, there's the thing. I knew a guy who married a woman from Seoul, South Korea, and by no, I don't mean a guy like on the internet. I mean a guy that I knew personally. We went to the same church, and we used to hang out sometimes. And he told me, he said if I could do it all over again, I'd marry a woman from Guatemala or Ecuador. That's what he told me. I said, well, what's wrong? I mean, listen, I don't know why men do this. And I've seen several men do this sort of thing where they're talking to you and they're like, if I could do it again, dude, come on. If I could, oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm just imagining it flipped the other way. If a woman was talking to her girlfriends and they're talking about if they're talking about their husbands, and then one of them says, if I could do it all again, honey, I'd marry one of those big muscle dudes from Austria. I mean, I would be wounded by that. I honestly would. I don't know. I don't get it. But I knew this guy who married a woman from Seoul. We were having dinner one night, and it was just it was just guys, us together eating, and he said, yeah, he married a woman from South Korea, Seoul, and she texted him. And he looked at his phone and he said, oh, my wife wants me to get her something from the grocery store. I said, oh, okay. And he said, if I could do it all over again, I was just like, no, dude, come on. He said, I would marry a woman from Guatemala or Ecuador. I said, well, what's wrong? And he said, they're too damn materialistic. And that's the thing, whatever, the whole thing. If you don't get married, you regret it. If you do get married, you regret it. Life is just regrets at the end of the day. Pick your poison, as my jiu-jitsu coach would tell us. You want to be submitted by a choke. You want to get submitted by an arm bar. Pick your poison. Well, you can't really pick how you get submitted, but he would say pick your poison when picking a sparring partner. Like, pick your sparring partners, pick your poison. Which guy do you want to wrestle with? You want to wrestle with a guy who's going to suffocate you on the mat, or you want to go with a guy who's a guard puller who's going to armbar you? Like, what do you want to do? Pick your poison. It's just, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. There's always regret. Right, in everything you do, almost everything you do, there's going to be regret. There's always a trade-off, and I've heard of men who are in their 60s, they've never been married, and they say, I regret not getting married. And that's another thing that actor from Friends was talking about, Matthew Perry. He was saying that he wrote an autobiography before he died, and he said that his number one regret was not having kids. Not getting married and having kids. That was his biggest regret. And he was always in depression. They're always in depression for that. Just filled with regret. So there's always regret in everything you do. I remember when I was in jiu-jitsu, we had this coach from Brazil. Very famous guy, actually. You could look him up. His name was Draculino. He's still coaching jiu-jitsu. The guy is considered very prestigious in the world of jiu-jitsu. And I remember he told us, he said, people, he's from Brazil, so he had this very thick Brazilian accent. He says, people tell me all the time, Draculino, your back is all messed up. Your shoulders are all messed up. Your neck is messed up. You have pains. I say, yeah, I have pains. My back, my shoulder, yeah, I have pains. It's true. He said, but imagine if I didn't do any of this and I just chose not to do any of this stuff. I sit on the couch all day. What type of problems will I have? Diabetes, high blood pressure, depression. I'd be miserable. And I could say, well, you could sit all day on the couch. You have all the problems. You're always going to have problems no matter what decision you make. The question now is, which problems you want? Yeah, I take up some pain in my back, but I'd much rather have some pain on my back than blood pressure, diabetes, depression. And I heard that and I said, that's wisdom right there. Women are materialists by nature, generally speaking. Nothing to do with race. Well, I never said it had anything to do with race. It's more of a cultural thing. I just don't see a whole lot of gold digging in America. I've seen American women go with poor dudes, and it's like they don't care. Uncanny how you nail these accents. I mean, it's kind of the Brazilian accent is a little bit difficult, but I try to. I tried to get the voice. Voice sounds kind of like Khan from King of the Hill. I forgot who that is. Khan, oh, the Asian dude. Is that the Asian guy? Yeah, depression, blood pressure, high blood pressure. What do you want? You can have some pain on your back, but it's better than having diabetes. And I heard that, and I said, damn, he's right. There's always going to be consequences no matter what you pick. If you get married, there's going to be consequences. If you don't get married, there's going to be some consequences with that also. There's going to be some sadness, regret, whatever, loneliness, whatever you want to call it.